The most important lesson of the Ukraine crisis for you, as policymakers, is what it tells us about Vladimir Putin. He is more dangerous than we realized. Sunday talk shows were awash with experts warning that Putin's behavior in Ukraine is not what we have come to expect. Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper told CNN's State of the Union that the Russian leader is unhinged. Former Secretary of Defense Robert Gates told Fareed Zakaria that Putin has gone off the rails. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Linda Thomas-Greenfield described put. Against that backdrop, the Russian president's repeated resort to nuclear threats during the crisis has to be a source of concern. On the weekend before the invasion, he held highly visible exercises of Russia's latest nuclear weapons, from ballistic to cruise to maneuvering hypersonic systems. On the day the invasion began, Putin warned, to anyone who would consider interfering from the outside, "If you do, you will face consequences greater than any you have faced in history," a formulation many observers interpreted as referring to the Russian nuclear arsenal. And then this weekend, Putin raised the alert status of his nuclear forces. Western nations have been admirably resolute in countering Russia's aggression despite the threats, but at some point leaders need to acknowledge that the reason Putin keeps invoking weapons of mass destruction is because he knows his rivals are largely defenseless. Current U.S. strategy forswears any attempt to defend against a Russian attack on the U.S. homeland, relying instead on the threat of massive retaliation to deter nuclear aggression. That strategy is grounded in the experience of the Cold War, when Russia's nuclear arsenal grew so huge, up to 40,000 warheads at its peak in 1984, that there was no practical way to neutralize it with existing technology. Not that ideas for effective defense weren't constantly being considered, the most ambitious of which was President Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative launched in 1983.